Live from the Hexabits News Network studios, here's your breaking news.
This is Hexabits here with Hexabits Gaming. Got lots of topics to talk about today. Let's get started. PCGamer.com reports Activision is being sued over a Modern Warfare character, Mara. Activision is facing a copyright infringement suit brought by writer, photographer, and videographer Clayton Hugan, who alleges that the Call of Duty Modern Warfare character Mara is based on a character he created in 2017 for November Resistance. Now, that's supposed to be a story that he hoped to build into a future film. The lead character in November Resistance is Cade Janice, a female vigilante and parafigure caught up in a near-future corporate warfare directed by a non-human intelligence over the control process of human augmentation. All sounds very Deus Ex-like if you guys are familiar with that game. The project was actually rooted in a successful Kickstarter campaign that ran all the way back to early 2012. The basic concept is pretty much a generic B-rated movie setup overall. Higdon, though, went all in on his lead character. So he actually hired somebody to portray her and created his portfolio of photos of what the character looked like, decked out with various military props, all which he says he registered with the US Copyright Office. So Higdon pitched this idea to various film studios and posted the photos to his website, Instagram, and a series of calendars. Now, here's where Activision comes into the matter. Higdon claims the publisher copied these photos without his knowledge or permission, and used them in the development of the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 to illustrate the game's casting. And it was trying to basically be reflective of the makeup of the modern population, so that's why they chose her. They went a step further with the next game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and the suit claims that the Infinity Ward hired the exact same model and a makeup artist that Higdon used for Cade Janice photos, and had her hair done the same way. And they believe that the Cade Janice photos were actually posted at the wall of the studio as a visual guideline. And to make matters worse, they didn't even have the female tactical clothing used for the character. So they actually asked the actor that played Mara, or Cade Janice, to go to Higdon's studio and see if she can get some of the props. So if that's a real allegation, that's pretty serious. But alright, next up, GameInformer.com reports mods for games are nothing new, and the Cyberpunk 2077 mods have been pouring out pretty much since the game's launch. While there's always been a risk of having corrupted save files when modding any game, CD Projekt Red is warning players about a new potential security risk, well, not really new, but new to them, relating to the DLL file vulnerability. Now, if you don't know what a DLL is, it's short for Dynamic Link Libraries, which are kind of like exe files, just not directly executable. They contain things like UIs, classes, variables, and other functions that are virtually part of any operating system. These files do include coding that most systems require to start up, and failure to recognize this library can result in failure for a system to boot at all. So CD Projekt Red took to Twitter and offered a warning saying if you plan to use Cyberpunk 2077 mods or custom saves on PC, use caution. We've been made aware of a vulnerability in the external DLL files the game uses, which then can be used to execute code on PC. They state that the vulnerability will be fixed ASAP, but for now refrain from using files from unknown sources. Now, how the studio actually became aware of the issue was actually a Reddit thread that has gone viral since, and it actually detailed the security issue regarding Cyberpunk 2077 mods. And through the use of a mod or crafted game save, malicious codes can be executed to take control of the PC by the creator of the save game or mod. CD Projekt Red was made aware of this serious vulnerability almost a week ago, and they went ahead and released a hotfix 1.1 I spoke about before, but this didn't even address this issue. So Pixel Rick from the Red's Tool team on Reddit is to thank. And he even discovered that this vulnerability also extends to PS4 players as well. So we'll go ahead and keep an eye on the story and keep our viewers up to date when this security issue has been resolved. All right, in other news, this is a big one. Verge.com reports GameStop roller coaster has come to a dip. Hasn't been a good day for Wall Street Bets, and this information is coming from February 4th. But as the GameStop stock plummeted today, AMC, the community's other bet, has dropped as well. But unlike the previous dips, the stock has not appeared to be rallying back up again. Prices stayed low for the entire trading day, and which is something that hasn't happened since Wall Street Bets became a household name 1 week ago. When the market closed today, the price of GameStop was $90 even, an 81% drop from GameStop's peak at $483, and a 50% drop from its price at $218 on Friday evening. AMC is down too, closing today at $7.82, which is a 61% drop from its peak at $19.88. It's hard to believe that in August of last year, GameStop was only trading at $4.50. Between then and last week, some investors bet that the stock was undervalued, driving it to around $30 a share. Then Wall Street Bets subreddit decided it would take on the stock to the moon, punishing those who bet against it and attempting to make money in the process. The idea of buying at $4 a share and then selling for $40 has obviously captured the public's imagination, and millions of people rushed to give the trading a try as this GameStop meme went viral. As to whether this is the end of GameStop's wild ride, it's almost impossible to tell. The last week peaks and dips and drops have been detached from the underlying business. Part of the culture of Wall Street Bets itself, praising people for not selling their stocks, and they ridicule those that do. This is a real recipe for a disaster, as the community is going to be very stubborn. And now the community is thinking that the big drop is due to hedge fund market manipulation. So will the Reddit group be able to maintain their board of hedge funders? Time will tell. And here we are, last up. PCGamer.com reports Codemasters have approved EA's $1.2 billion acquisition bid. EA's acquisition of Codemasters is all but sealed after the studio's board of directors voted in favor of approving the buyout this week. In a court meeting, 63 of the Codemasters' 76 shareholders that represent 99% of held shares approved EA's takeover bid. With the board approval sealed, the acquisition deal now sits and awaits a formal court hearing on February 16th. Should all go to plan, EA's acquisition should be submitted by the end of spring. EA was a latecomer in the bid to acquire Codemasters. The racing developer was previously in talks with a company called Take-Two for almost $1 billion. Then at the last minute, EA swooped in with a higher offer. Take-Two then pulled out of the race, leaving EA free to follow through with its acquisition plans. Codemasters' arrival will bring EA some more serious-minded racing franchises to sit alongside their Need for Speed and Burnout. But besides the F1 and Dirt series, Codemaster also brings with it Project Cars developer Slightly Mad, which it acquired back in 2019. And that's it. If you like this content, please subscribe and hit that like button. This is Hexabus with Hexabus Gaming, signing out.